Christopher, the Truth Guardian, a story by Sami Khiami. Once upon a time, there was a young man called Christopher, who was a nice and an honest person. He never told a lie all his life. Even what is called small white lies were not part of Christopher's life. Although Christopher was a truth lover, he was not a snitch. He kept silent when the truth might cause harm or hurt somebody's feelings. Sometimes Christopher's character caused him problems. He never felt sad or thought of changing his principles. Christopher was raised by his aunt. He didn't know his mother or his father. All that he knew that they died in an accident. His heritage was a small wooden box and a tattoo on his palm, which was a circle with 3 triangles and a shield in the middle. Christopher was always having weird dreams about being with different people with strange looks and clothes. He didn't take those dreams seriously till that day, the day when he saw the shape of his tattoo curved on a stone in the backyard of his aunt's house. When Christopher approached the stone, the curved shape and the tattoo on his hand glowed with a strange light. Christopher came closer and put his hand on the stone when he suddenly felt like he was teleported to a different place, strangely similar to the places he saw in his dreams. Taken by what happened, while Christopher took a moment to reason, the silence was broken by someone saying, "Excuse me, sir." Christopher was dreaded, searching around to find the source of the sound. It was a young man wearing a white armor. "Who are you, and what do you want from me? Where am I?" Christopher said. "Hold on, I will answer all your questions. On our way to your castle," the man said. "My castle? This is another question you need to answer," Christopher said. "My name is Lumio, and I'm at your service as one of your loyal soldiers. You can ask me anything. I will answer." On their way to the castle, Lumio explained that Christopher is the last knight of the Truth Guardian's descent, who were leading the Kingdom of Light, where his father was a great king who fought the Shadow Warriors. Then Lumio clarified that when the kingdom fell in the hand of the Shadow Warriors, the king decided to send his son Christopher away from the Light City to protect him. "So, I'm a knight and the son of a king, but I cannot. I don't know how," said Christopher. "It is in you. Don't worry. Just be yourself and you will find your inner power," Lumio said. The two reached a big castle. "Here we are. It has been a long ride. Rest today, and tomorrow we will go over the details," Lumio said. The next day, Lumio guided Christopher to see his army, the mighty Light Warriors, and told Christopher that he has to lead the army to defeat the Shadow Warriors and get the kingdom back. "But I don't know about wars. I never hurt anybody in my life. How am I going to lead you to defeat an army?" Christopher said. "It is not a traditional war. We are not going to hurt anybody. We are going to save the shadow warriors from darkness by eliminating the evil shadow inside their souls. Lumio said. Look at the tattoo on your hand. Just raise it up and a light beam will go out and purify the soul of your enemies. Lumio said. Christopher raised his hand and did as Lumio said, but nothing happened. You should say the spell. Your spell is a secret. Nobody knows it except you, Lumio said. Christopher was very disappointed because he didn't know the spell. Suddenly he remembered his heritage, the wooden box with the only thing inside, which was a small piece of paper with this phrase that he memorized by heart: light for shadow and peace for all. Christopher raised his hand again and repeated the spell in his heart. In a glimpse, an enormous beam of light was released from his palm, like a stroke of lightning. At that moment, Christopher felt relieved. The light warriors prepared themselves very good, because it will be one-time shot. It is about all or nothing. The march towards the City of Light started, and Christopher was on the lead. After 1 hour, the army of light reached the hill overlooking the City of Light. From there, Christopher was able to see how big the Shadow Warriors' army is. A huge army covering the foothill with shadow surrounding. City of Light. Christopher gave the attack order and the battle began. The Light Warriors were fighting with great courage, but the enormous number of the Shadow Warriors took the battle toward the victory of the Dark Powers. When Christopher felt that the battle is going to end to the favor of the Shadow Warriors, he put his hand toward the ground and said his secret spell: light for shadow and peace for all. The ground absorbed the light. Then suddenly the light started to go out from everywhere under the feet of the Shadow Army. The powerful light burned the darkness inside all Shadow Warriors at once and turned them into Light Warriors. The battle finally ended. The Light Warriors and their leader Christopher won, and the City of Light was liberated from the Shadow forces. After the great victory, Christopher was selected to be the king of the City of Light, to guard truth and honor. The story about King Christopher stops here, but the search about truth guardians never stops. The shadow forces are always there, and light has many battles to come. Be honest and prepare yourself. Search for your own wooden box. You might find that you are a truth guardian. The end. Christopher the Truth Guardian, written and illustrated by Dr. Sami Khiami.